Watch these cruisers miss their ships. Best fails.
You haven't truly cruised until you've witnessed a pier runner. Every year, thousands of cruise passengers get left behind at port, not because of freak accidents, because they miscalculated by minutes. Today, we're breaking down the wildest pier runner moments ever caught on camera, the miraculous saves, the brutal misses, and the drunk disasters. And at the end, I'll show you exactly what happens when that ship pulls away without you. It's more expensive than you think. Let's go. Number 1, the taxi hero. The captain had already made 3 announcements: missing guests, final call. You could feel it from the upper decks, that collective tension when everyone knows someone's about to blow their vacation. Then a taxi tears down the pier like it's auditioning for Fast and Furious. Doors fly open, a group of women jump out laughing, full confidence, no panic whatsoever. The crowd erupts in actual cheering like a stadium moment. They sprint up the gangway with seconds to spare. But here's who really owned that moment: the taxi driver. He didn't rush off. He stood there, raised his arm like an Olympic champion, and soaked in the applause from hundreds of strangers on the balconies above him. The passengers made it onto the ship. The driver, he made it into a legend. Now that's the happy version, because what happens next is the exact opposite. Number 2, the calm walk of defeat. Ship scheduled to leave at 4 p.m. These two show up at 4:36. No sprint, no urgency, not even a jog. From a distance, you'd think maybe they still had a shot. Look closer. The ropes are already off. The thrusters are running. The ship is physically moving away from the dock. Port staff are screaming, and what do these two do? They sit down on a bench. That's the part that gets me. Not the anger, not the breakdown, just quiet, total acceptance, like their brain couldn't process it fast enough. That's the terrifying part about pier running. Sometimes you don't even realize it's over until it's already over. And then there's the towel couple. Number 3, reversed expectation, the towel couple. She's wrapped in a beach towel. He's shirtless, holding a hat against his stomach like that's somehow helping his aerodynamics. These two are not dressed for a sprint. The gangway's halfway up, crew watching, passengers filming, and they just go for it, full speed, no hesitation. By every reasonable measure, they should have missed. They made it. The relief on their faces is something you can't fake. That deep exhale, that nervous luff. The look of two people who just made the worst decision of their trip and somehow survived it. But here's the real question everyone always asks. Will the ship actually wait?
Number 4, the brutal reality. There's one clip that settles the debate once and for all. Does the ship actually wait? A man is sprinting full speed down the dock. His wife is near the terminal, barely holding it together. The ship is already moving. People on deck are shouting, some hopeful, most already knowing. He pushes harder. The distance keeps growing. A port vehicle pulls up, not to escort him on board, to take him back. Game over. Here's why this happens every single time. Cruise ships pay port fees by the minute once they exceed their departure window. Standard port overage charges run between $10,000 and $50,000 per hour, depending on the port. One late passenger isn't worth that bill, ever. When they say 4 p.m., they mean 3:45 p.m. in practice. But nothing I've shown you comes close to what number 7 pulled off. Someone chased a moving ship from the water, and it almost destroyed their entire trip. Now here's where it gets interesting, because sometimes cruise ships actually wait. Number 5, the 5-minute miracle. This group was only 5 minutes late, 5 minutes, and the crew held the line. But that is not standard procedure. That's a favor, a one-time call based on factors passengers never see. Port slot flexibility, weather buffer, and whether the captain had any breathing room that day. So here's the real question. If ships sometimes wait, why can't you count on it? Because it depends on port regulations, departure slots, and local maritime authority rules, not on how sorry you look running down the dock. Over 80% of ships that face departure delays due to late passengers fail to recover their full schedule by the next port. That delay ripples across thousands of other passengers. It's not personal, it's maths. And then there's the category that genuinely irritates me. Number 6, the entitlement couple. There are 2 types of people who miss the ship. Type 1, pure panic, genuine despair, learn their lesson. Type 2, this couple. The horn has sounded, the crew is ready, thousands of passengers are waiting. These two stroll up like they're arriving at a rooftop brunch. People are yelling from balconies, and when she finally hears it, she turns around and flips off the entire ship. I've encountered a lot of pier runner incidents. The panic runners are sympathetic, the slow walkers are sad, but the entitled ones, that's a different category entirely. You held up 3,000 people, you're lucky they let you on. and your reaction is offense? Imagine being late, holding up thousands of passengers, and then acting offended that people are annoyed. That's next-level confidence. All right, pause right there. I want your take. When someone is late, should the crew hold the ship a few extra minutes? Or once the time hits, is it their responsibility no matter what? Drop your answer in the comments. I read them all. Let's talk about the rarest scenario ever caught on camera. Number 7, the water taxi chase. The ship is already pulling away from the dock. 2 passengers on the pier, screaming. Someone shouts, "Get a water taxi," and they actually do it. A small boat speeds toward the moving cruise ship. They transfer onto a pilot vessel and climb up the side. It looks like a movie. Here's why you should never, ever plan on this. Reboarding at sea requires maritime authority approval, which is granted almost exclusively for medical emergencies. These passengers faced an official inquiry afterward. What looks like a win was actually the start of a very long conversation with port authorities. This next one pisses me off for a completely different reason, because this wasn't bad timing.
Number 8, the wrong ship disaster. This passenger came back from port clearly drunk. He runs toward what he thinks is his ship, except it's not. He tries to jump onto the wrong vessel, falls hard, the crowd gasps. Eventually he boards the correct ship, but the story doesn't end there. He was confined to his cabin for the rest of the cruise. And once they got home, he was banned permanently. One bad port decision. Vacation, done. Future cruises, done. Cruise ships operate under maritime law, and the captain has near absolute authority on board. Getting it wrong this badly isn't just embarrassing, it's a legal matter. This next incident, it's a reminder every parent needs to see. Number 9, the toddler sprint. All aboard is at 4:30 p.m. This family shows up at 4:32. Mom realizes what's happening, takes off running, but her toddler can't keep up. Passengers on deck start shouting, and the tone is completely different from every incident before this. Not entertained, alarmed. Grab the baby. That little girl is running with everything she has, tiny legs at full speed. That's the moment pier running stops being funny. They made it, barely. But that image sits with you differently than the entitled couple or the towel sprint. Because sometimes the consequences of bad planning don't just land on you. Now let's close this properly. How to make sure this is never you. Here's what all of this actually costs you, and most people never do the math until it's too late. Does the ship wait? No. Once boarding closes, they move. Number 1, always follow ship time, not your phone's automatic time. Ports sometimes shift zones. Number 2, plan to be back at least 45 minutes early. Give yourself breathing room. Number 3, if you want extra protection, book official ship excursions. If those run late, the crew usually waits. Number 4, set multiple alarms, not one, multiple. Number 5, keep your passport, ID, and essentials with you in port. Never leave them on board. Preparation beats panic every time. Pier runners are funny to watch from a balcony. They're not funny when it's you running. Cruise ships wait for no one, and that's it. Pier runners look hilarious from deck 10 with a drink in your hand. Trust me, I get it. But the second it's you, it stops being content and starts being a nightmare. The ship was never going to wait. It was never personal. It's just maths, port fees, and 3,000 other passengers who showed up on time. Now you know exactly how it works. The saves, the misses, and the real cost nobody calculates until they're standing on an empty dock watching their vacations sail away. If this changed how you'll think about your next port day, drop runner in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's a lot more coming in this series, and the next one, you'll want to be there for it.